No, this was all when I was still straddling the doggone fence between hiding who I was, practicing full time, right after I left Santeria after like a year and a half when I had a conversation with the woman who owned that Botanica. So this was all during that time where it just boom. When I completely decided I was going to put my full trust in Ifa for every single thing, like because I was still questioning things for a long time. When it was in Ifa for every single thing, like because I was still questioning things for a long time. When it was 2014, when I had Taiwo and Kende. That's when the full shift happened for me. I was always hiding who I was for whatever. And that's why to my aunts and stuff, for them, which is so funny because they would hear me speak to them and stuff. That's why it seems so new to them now when they see me, like my aunt talking about, they pay you to teach them class on the internet. Like people pay you to come speak. I'm like, nobody pays me to come speak. That's why it's so new for them, because I was walking that fence hiding for so long until I was like, you know what? I really don't give a shit. I'm trying to save my babies. so so now that's when everything came out. That's when the floodgates opened. That's when my parents became more aware, like they were aware of something, because my dad would see my ancestor thing and ask me, was I practicing witchcraft? So that little girl in there and her brother, that's why I tell y'all, they're the reason you have Iana for Shonda Shrees. Because it was then when I was like, listen, I'm about to talk to these people. It was my mother who gave me the money for the Ebo at that time to send to Chief Farmer. Okay? Who then sent to Olu before he became my Olu. It was my mother who did that. Because I told her, I need help and I can't do this right now. And Chief Mama had tried to figure out a way that she could help me at that time, and she wasn't financially able to help me at that time fully. So I know she did something, and I know Lulu did something. But I still needed to come up with the rest. And that's when you could only use Western Union. You couldn't even do anything else. And it was my mother who helped me with that money for the EPO for them. And that was the first time. She had known all this time. She had known about another I had been talking to. I talked to her about that. But when the clutch came and those babies were born and all that craziness was happening, it was her that gave me that money. My mother did just not practice IFA. Okay? And that's how I got that money for the elbow. And that's when them elbows were $300 and some dollars. And I didn't have it. I had stopped working because it wasn't safe to work with twins at the time. I wasn't even large. I was no bigger than what I am right now. And people didn't even know I had twins. Look, I had one baby. But I fell working in a flower department because I would do that part time so I would learn more about it for my wedding businesses. I was still pregnant and doing people's wedding and decor. So I fell working there, and then I couldn't work anymore. But that's not why I had the babies. Then I went to Disney World, took my only pregnant photo with two little pins that said first trip on my stomach. That was the only time people saw me pregnant in a photo because I was keeping it from the world. If I wanted you to know, I called.